Okay, everybody, here is a roll of gasket material. It's pretty thick. You look a really thick toenail thickness. Okay. You don't have to do a perfect job. I've already made my inner gasket, and they don't have to be together. Just make sure you put a little material on this and set it on here. So when you slip them together, you know they're together. But this is a separate gasket, but when you order it, they're linked together by a piece. But I make mine separate. Make sure that this one doesn't, right here, you take a razor and shave it on each side and hold it down to it so your float can freely go. And this will go on there really well. You're good to go. Make them perfect, but I just make them half-assed like that, only for each summer. Each spring I make a new one. They work quite well. Make your own gasket roll. Like I say, here is the stuff I use. You want to make sure you use the same on the inner ring as the outer, because they have to pinch evenly. And that's it. Now I'll show you putting it back together from a different angle here in 2 seconds. Give me a minute. Okay, now give me a second. We'll assemble this and we'll put it on the car and I'll fire it up and you guys will see what I'm talking about, how good it really runs. Some cars are different. Sometimes the air screw has to be 5 3/4 turn out, or in between 4 3/4 and 5 3/4. Play around in there once it's fully hot and throttle into it and you'll find your best response. You'll have to play with yours a little bit. Everybody's car will probably be a little bit different depending on the jet size that you are running. Mine are 2 sizes bigger, so the air screw has to be adjusted in between them 2 points to run right. Okay, here we are at this point where we got the gasket. It fits perfectly. It covers inner, outer edge completely. Okay. You can see on here, my other one is already on the center for here. I like to adhere it to the top with a little bit of gasket material. There's a little piece where I can hold it and set it. This hole doesn't have to cut out with a line across it. This little hole you want to make sure is open, and this one you can clearly see with the bigger hole back here next to that one feeds the tube that sprays gas down inside the main jet right here. You know, your gas for inside the engine. The other one is a suction oxygen from the plunger, which allows gas to suck up into there, you know, in the bottom, and force through this hole into this hole, which is a little squirter for misting down into there. Okay, floats are nice and free. Good to go. I will show you. Okay, now I'll set this all back down in here. Know our plunger and everything works. Okay. Make sure that you line up your line in your hole here. Tap the line a little bit. Okay. Make sure this gasket's nice and centered for the holes. Okay, let's make sure hold it together freely. Okay. Now, gas line back on the side. I don't run a filter in mine. Just hand do that. Let's put all our other bolts back in here. Slide this fitting up here. Your heat riser, the tube coming down in for the vacuum. These vacuums, the air through the heat riser from next to the manifold into it. Okay. Now tighten up this gas line. Fitting just a hair. Now, what I'm going to do, linkage back on here. Slip mine off of here. Now, you see how it is? Slide it up on there, like so. Your rod in the eyelet, snap it down, good to go. Now, you can see what I was talking about earlier in the other video. This little dial right here, there's notches on it to where when this thing's pegged at your choke all the way open, when it slowly warms up, it'll be all the way open. And then this, as your throttle comes down, you can see will sit here. That's when you want to adjust it, because this gets bigger and bigger, fatter as it comes up. So as your choke's on more and more and more, that throttles your car up. So once it warms up, you double tap it, and then this thing is spring loaded from the automatic choke. See, you want to dial this to where just as soon as your flap internally, the second it shuts, go just a little hair further and put some tension on it, and then tighten all them screws back down. You're good to go. And that's basically it. It's not that hard. It's not that bad. It's a pretty simple process. And there we go. Okay, let's get it on the car. All right, we're back. Now, all we're gonna do is go ahead and set this carburetor right back down on here. Two bolts to hold it on it. The manifold, carb to the manifold back on. One on each side. Take a small little crosset wrench. We'll snug each one where they're just nice and snug. Don't want to go too further and split the little donut gasket underneath of it. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. Check, nice and snug. good. Okay, now I'll take your heat riser tube, we'll slip it in a little hole. It's on the manifold here. Tighten that heat riser tube back down to our heat riser, choke flap, riser mechanism here. Not sure exactly what you want to call it, but I call it the heat riser. Manual or automatic choke mechanism, and it works by the rising of heat from your manifold through this tube into here, heats up the spring, and what happens is this tube over here on the carb sucks air in, so it pulls the air through the tube, through the system. Then as it warms up, your choke flap slowly opens to all the way fully open, non-choke, until this cools back down to the engine cooling. Okay, now all we're going to do back here, pick up our linkage. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's your linkage here. Little eyelet through it. You're just going to hook it right back to your carburetor and put your little cotter pin back through it. Little cotter pin here. I'll put it through the back side. And that is it. Now, I'll just slip my gas line back on my carburetor, metal line here, and I'll tighten this back down with a flat screwdriver, and I'll be able to put some gas to this. So, now, let me go get a battery, and I'll put a battery in this thing, and I'll put gas inside of it, and we'll be right back. Double tap and bring your idle back down. As long as you do that, you're good. Yeah. Okay. You hear it? That's how you fucking rebuild it. Okay, another thing. These holes up here on the top, if your float don't stop your gas, it'll come pouring out. Now you see what I was talking about. Let's just say mediocre wet on my particular one. So I have to keep the sock up here like this, just to make sure if it dribbles, because here comes your exhaust, it warms your manifold. It'll leak down and fire. Put an air intake on here. See? Now you put an air intake cover on here, you know, your air filter. I put ram air to each side of my grill to help force the air in to make it burn the fuel more efficient. Hope this helps everyone. Put a dryer hose, you know, for your dryer, the metal one, pinched, put in here. Same thing on the other side, the flexible kind. And you run it up here as a tube up to your radiator on each side. So in that way air will ram in, and you'll notice if them are unhooked, a lot of less power. You hook them up, you get air ramming down into the carburetor, help forcing air in there on top of all the fuel, and the tricks on the videos how I showed you how to richen up your carb. 2 jets up, in between 4 3/4 and 5 3/4 turn air out on the, or turns out on the air screw. and play with it. Could be in a little bit more than that, could be out a little bit more than that. Play within those ranges. Make sure that your choke for your heat riser here in your flaps, as soon as it shuts, turn it just a hair more for tension, and you should be good. You see how mine runs? It runs very well. Here we go, now it's all back together. You see I run this tube off of here, straight down up in, so as it steams it sucks it back into the motor. Okay, now I'm gonna fire it up. This is specifically right after it just ran. All I did was put all this lid back on there. Now, I ain't gonna pump it or nothing. Set 15 minutes. See, double pump it up. I'll go ahead and hit the key again. Thank you, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Just wanted to cover that carb, explain and show you with even this video. It's not a joke. There's the temperature. You can see this is why I use a thermostat piece here. Just above 100. I put my hand right here. That is the exhaust port. You can see. Runs that well. Alright, everybody.
Well, bye.